Now we're recording. Okay, here we go. Alright guys, so first, we're going to do the Digital Citizen Pledge today. Before we do that, let's talk about what is a digital citizen. And that is right here. What is a digital citizen? Who wants to read that for us? Reese, you want to read it? Go ahead.
What is a digital citizen? A person who uses online communities on a computer, iPad, iPod, iPhone, or any piece of technology that can go online to communicate. Quality digital citizens are honest, safe, respectful, and responsible.
Okay, so you can see that here's the pledge up here for you. I'm going to pull it up on the smartboard, but it's right behind me. Okay, if you look, it says a quality digital citizen is honest, safe, respectful, and responsible. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, should sound a lot like our school rules, right? So there's lots of different ways you can do those things. But the short version of what a digital citizen is someone who uses online communities. And they use it from a computer, they use it from an iPad, any sort of device. Tablet. Some people might have Microsoft type stuff, okay, like a Samsung phone. I don't know what you have at home, but people have different pieces. Here at school, we talk a lot about iPods and iPhones and iPads and the Macs because that's the stuff that we use. We have Apple products. But, you know, people who are digital citizens don't only use Apple products. They use Microsoft as well. Thumbs up. That sounds good. Okay. So, an example of a digital citizen. Well, a digital citizen, as we said, is someone who uses online communities. And a good example is Edmodo. We're starting to learn to use Edmodo right now. It's an online community. That's our online classroom. So just make pretend. If you're in your teacher's room and we're in the reading or writing workshop and you sit down at circle time, kind of like we are now, and you learn about some reading strategies or writing strategies, then you go off to your workshop, don't you? And you start to read or you start to write. Well, guess what? To learn how to become digital citizens, we're going to do that on Edmodo. And so we're going to talk about these things right here. This is our pledge and the things that we kind of vow to do. And notice that there's two that are blank because we're going to come up with two of them together today. Sound like a plan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So what we're going to do is we're going to outline the kinds of expectations you all have for being good digital citizens. We talked about expectations last week, right? What is expectation? Who can remember? Scout, being brave.
It's like something you expect from someone, and like you expect for them to do.
Right, exactly. Something you expect from someone that you expect them to do. Really specifically, how you expect to be treated. When we talk about community, okay. So you expect people to be. Look at the board right here. Honest, safe, respectful, and responsible. Right. So we're going to learn, and we're going to outline how we expect to do that as digital citizens, and we're going to really focus on Edmodo because that's where we'll be communicating with each other. Okay, but you can carry over these skills we learned to any online community. Okay. Next, let's take a look here. I got a couple questions. All right, it's time to discuss together. The first one we talked about Edmodo. That's a community you're a part of. What are some other online communities that you're a part of? Does anybody have any? Can you guys think of any that you're a part of? You might not be because sometimes a lot of younger people, you haven't been exposed to online communities. But, I mean, I can tell you one that I'm a part of. Facebook, which is an online community for adults. I'll give you some examples of what I do. I do some blogging. I have a website. Yes, Scout.
Gmail?
What is it?
Like, were you, Gmail?
Yeah, do you have a Gmail account?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Exactly. Google email. Good. And you guys will be a part of the Google Apps for Education community pretty soon. I'll tell you about that later. Anything else you can think of? Anything you do online? This might be a tough one. And this might actually be a good chance for us to expose you to some online communities. Okay? And just you can learn the safe way to join online communities because there are a lot of dangers out there. That's the reality. So Google email is a good example. And Mrs. Quackenbush's students, what are you using to create your yes, I'm looking for the words. I'm lost for words. You're creating a animate, is it?
Domo.
Domo. Tell us about Domo.
It's like where it's basically like you make like your own cartoon.
And we're doing it on presidential.
Yeah, presidential. But,
Okay. What about Fast Math? You guys are on Fast Math, right? The one thing about Fast Math is you only can really communicate with the teacher. You can't really communicate with each other. But I guess we could throw Fast Math up there because it's a place you have to sign on to, and you have your own account, and you can choose your own background. It's not as interactive as another community, but it is an online community, isn't it? You all are part of that. Okay, so Edmodo. We're going to put Edmodo up here. That's the big one. So let's talk about, okay, how are online communities different than offline communities? Ooh. How are online communities different from offline communities, and how are they similar? What about online? Do you get to see everybody online, Dylan?
You get the online. You can only see a picture and there's no sound.
Yeah. You can only see pictures. And what else?
And there's no sound.
And you can't speak to people, right? Although that's kind of changing. And I'll show you with Google that we can actually talk with each other through Hangouts. It's pretty cool. You can help each other with homework and stuff like that. We have a lot of cool things to introduce you to. What else? Let me go Riley, then Scout. Because Scout, you went first last time, okay?
You can't actually touch the person.
Yeah, you can't actually touch the person. Good. So you don't really know people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You may not know people online. Okay. You can't touch them. That's a good one, Riley. And one more from Scout.
And you can't like on online they can just post pictures, but like when you're offline you're just like, oh, come here, I'll show you this. You don't have to like take a picture.
Right. Similar to what Dylan said, right? The first one, you can only see pictures. You can't speak to people with words. Right, I see what you're saying, though. So there's more like face-to-face interaction. Want me to write that? Another one. But what would be similar? Dylan, what do you think?
I thought of something else.
Go ahead.
With FaceTime.
Yeah, you could do FaceTime. What would be similar though? That's a good one, Dylan. Yeah, you could do FaceTime.
And that you could see. You don't see.
You could FaceTime online. You're right. So there are, you know what, on online communities, there are doors opening to have those experiences where you can talk. I could set up a Google Hangout for us. Let's just say you guys had an assignment, and I could say, okay, at 7 o'clock after you've done your assignment tonight, I'd like you to meet me on the Google Hangout, and we could chat together. Or I could say before the assignment, if you're having a hard time, from 6 to 6:30 tonight, after you eat your dinner and you're working, I'm there for questions. I'll be at the Hangout, and you could come in and I'd see you enter the room, and you could raise your hand through an online classroom. It's pretty neat stuff that we're going to learn about. We might do some of that stuff. We might do some of that stuff over Christmas break. Maybe we'll meet online and talk about I'll give you a little assignment to do over Christmas break if you'd like. Something fun. We'll chat. There's a lot of things we could do, but I want your suggestions, and I want you guys to be into it. Scout.
Similar thing is that you can communicate. Like you communicate with both sides.
Yes, you can communicate with both, right? So usually if you communicate, usually you have similar what? You have similar... People join online communities, whether they're like book clubs or blogs or gaming communities. People do gaming community because they have the same what? Same. What did I write?
Interest.
Same interests, yes. Same interests. And one last question before we move on to the pledge. What are some examples of how you can be a good member of one of these communities? So let's focus it on Edmodo. That will lead us into our pledge right now. What can we do to be good? What can we do to be good community members on Edmodo? Scout.
You can make sure you do the assignment.
Yeah, make sure you participate. Good one. Next. Scout keeps raising her hand. I need more people. Emily, what do you think? What can you do to be a good online community member with Edmodo? Think about honest, safe, respectful, and responsible. I'm gonna go to Dylan first. I'll give you a second to think, Emily. Dylan.
Don't wait, no, I can't.
Do what?
I was gonna say, don't post things on other people's things, but then you don't know their password, so you can't get it.
Alright, don't post things. But still, let's talk about the things we expect to do with each other, okay? When we talk about the expectations up here, remember at the beginning of the year, we used all that positive language, okay? How we wanted to treat each other, okay? Not how we don't want to treat each other. So you're on the right path, Dylan, though. Okay? So instead of saying that, maybe say nice. You're trying to speak like say nice things.
Say nice things. Tell.
But what if we... Sometimes, I'm going to talk about this tomorrow. We talked about quality responses, and we'll get into that tomorrow. Sometimes, though, I'll ask you to give each other feedback. And it may not be the nicest thing that you're saying to someone, but you have to say it respectfully when you're trying to give them feedback. You know, when you guys work with each other, you might say, hey, Reese, you know, you didn't spell this word right here, but I just wanted to be aware of that, and you maybe next time you could spell it like this. Or if you're giving suggestions, hey, Reese, I don't think you gave enough detail here. You might hurt Reese's feelings at first, but you're not trying to. Does that make sense? You say it respectfully. You're not like, Reese, can you spell, dude? What's up with that? That's awful. Would that be nice?
No.
No, but I could say, hey, Reese, I think that you spell dogs this way, and you spelt it that way. Maybe you could change it. You see the difference, and we'll talk about that later. Is that saying nice things to each other? One other thing, what can you do to each other? What can we do? How about this? Follow the... Right? And we're about to talk about some expectations right here of our online group with our pledge. Scout's got another one. Go ahead, Scout.
Don't say any inappropriate things.
Okay.
That have nothing to do with your assignments.
So use kind words in language. Is that cool? Okay. I got one. Warm and welcome place. We want people to be comfortable, okay? Did you think of one? It's okay if you didn't. Don't sweat it. Don't even sweat it. Okay, so, moving on. Let's take a look at our pledge. Let me pull it up. There it is. Okay. So we've reviewed some expectations. Okay. Let's just take a look at our pledge right now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you guys go off to a computer. Okay. And I'm going to have you go in. I'll have the girls go together and the boys go together. Does that make sense today? Because we got 3 girls and just 2 boys. The groups we're going to have odd number groups. And we need to try and come up. I want the girls to come up with one and the boys to come up with one to fit on our pledge here. Okay? But before we do that, let's talk about these things real quick. Okay? And you're going to spend 5 minutes at your computer. You're going to open up a Word document and go ahead and print and type up what your pledge statement would be. Okay, and then you're going to print it and bring it over to the circle. And we have about 10 minutes to get this done. And then we'll make our pledge and we'll do the signing and we'll be good to go. Okay, here we go. So, the first one is, and I'm looking here in this area, communicate responsibly and kindly with one another. We just talked about that, didn't we? We actually suggested that together, so that's cool. Next, protect our own and others' private information online. I told you guys about Hector. So guess what? Hector will help us with all these different things, by the way. And he's got a really good video. They do some role playing and they really explain it well. What it looks like to protect your own information online. That's your password. Okay? Protecting yourself to make sure people don't steal your identity, it's called. But we'll talk about all that stuff. Stand up to cyberbullying. Just like you have bullying here, there's cyberbullying. I don't think we'll have that problem in our Edmodo, at our Edmodo home. But it's stuff you need to learn about, and how you strategies to deal with those things as they arise. Next, respect each other's ideas and opinions. We talked about that a little bit, didn't we? And hey, at the beginning I talked about what does it mean to be a digital citizen, and being respectful is one of them, right? So respect each other's opinions. It's really important, and we do that in our classrooms anyway, don't we? Give proper credit when we use others' work. Again, Hector will walk us through that. That's a big part. So if you use somebody's work, that's okay. And one of the things we're about to learn in the lab is when we're researching, and we have a researcher's workshop, and we're gonna have a piece of that as part of our project. When we learn to research, we can copy and paste from other websites, facts that we need, but we also need to give credit when we use those people's work, okay? Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. So, should we break off into groups right now, or do you think that we can maybe... I'm looking at the time, and I think I'm going to change gears. Do you think we can maybe make these two together right now? Mm-hmm. Our pledge, instead of going off? Because I don't think we'll have time, and I wanted to show you a video of Hector. What do you think are two things that we could do, thinking of Edmodo? Let's make a couple suggestions. Let me come down here. Then we have our closing. Okay. Suggested pledge. Okay. See what I'm doing here, guys? Making a suggested pledge additions. Misspell that. You guys remember the strategy I taught you for What do I do? Press. Go ahead. Press. Say it if you know it. Press.
The CT.
Right. CT. Yeah, that's the control button.
Click it.
Click it.
And then you push.
Find the one. Additions right there. Nice. You remembered. Okay. Any suggestions to add to the pledge? Think about our school rules. Be honest. Be safe. I think that they cover safety here, don't they? They cover respectful. Follow procedures. Is there anything? I'll let you guys look. Scout.
Be honest about, like, say if, well, this is kind of like giving proper credit.
Okay. How else could you be honest, though?
You could, I don't know.
Dylan's got one. It's okay. I hear what you're saying. You're going to talk about giving credit when people do work. Okay. Go ahead, Dylan.
When you're on each other's work, be honest if you did something.
Be honest if you... Okay.
Like if you do something to somebody else's work and you're trying to find out.
Why don't we do this so it covers everything? Be honest and open with everyone in our group. Is that good? Doesn't that cover everything? So it could cover anything that's honest? Is that... Do you guys like that or no?
Yeah.
Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you don't like it, be honest. Yeah, I don't like that one. You don't like it? What do you think we could do to change it? This is your pledge. I mean,
Be honest when you're on each other's work.
I'll be honest and open I like that better, Dylan. Be honest and open with each other at all times, right? Should we put at all times, or
At all times.
you like that? Yes or no? Thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't. Okay, we'll add that one. And one more. While I'm getting the pen. One more. Go ahead and see. If you got one, say one.
Be respectful and kind to others.
Ooh, okay. Communicate. Look here. Communicate responsibly and kindly with one another. We got that. Respect each other's ideas and opinions. But I love that. I really love the be honest one.
Don't be rude when trying to reply.
What did you say, Dylan?
Don't be rude when trying to reply.
Okay. But isn't that communicate responsibly and kindly? Right? Wouldn't that be? What's up, Bo?
That envelope thing, did you want that high enough for a child or for
For adults.
for adults?
Yeah, thank you, Bo.
Okay, yep.
Be honest. And open. What did it say? Can you
With
guys?
each other at all times.
With each other.
Cool. Okay, that's a good one. Next one. Let's really think hard. And sometimes they don't pop into your head quickly, and that's okay. But let's think. We have honest now, right? Do we have safe?
Protect your own and others.
Yeah, we do have that. One more. We need one more.
I think we have all of them.
We do, but what would be one last one? What's another good one? Communicate responsibly and kindly with one another. Protect our own and others' private information online. Be honest and open with each other at all times. Stand up to cyberbullying. Respect each other's ideas and opinions. Give proper credit when we use others' work. What else? What do you think about?
Don't try to be so mean with people.
So maybe it's about kind.
Mm-hmm.
Always use.
Kind words.
And what else? Use kind words.
And kind
Care about each other.
Mm-hmm.
Always use kind words in.
Opinion.
Okay. Yeah. Always. Use. Kind. Words. It's on. Actually, you know, we came up with it in my room too. Kind words that start with A. Say it.
Opinions.
Okay, kind words. We can put opinions. But what else? And starts with A.
Actions.
Actions. There it is. Let's do this. Okay. Guys ready to sign? Yeah? Okay, look on the edges. It says sign here, sign here. Okay, so now it's our signing moment. Okay? Dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun. I'm going to tape you guys while you sign. Is that cool?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Okay, here we go. All right. Want to come on up and sign it? See how it says sign here? There's room all the way down this edge and this edge. Just sign on the white part. And if you have to turn to the side, that's okay. Just sign your name. Hold on, Reese, 1 second.
First and last.
No, just your first name. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, no. Hold on. 1 second, Reese. Okay, go ahead. Nice, Reese. If you're listening on the computer right now, we're signing the pledge. That's why it's so quiet. And then we're going to actually, you guys are going to repeat after me. We're right at the end. You guys, come on up. Everybody come on up so you can see it. Stand up. Let Emily sign. Look at that. Emily. You guys ready to repeat after me? Ready? We, the Digital Citizens Pledge. Let me say it, then you guys say it. We, the Digital Citizens Pledge to
We, the Digital Citizens, pledge to
communicate responsibly and kindly with one another.
communicate responsibly and kindly with one another.
Protect our own and others' private information online.
Protect our own and others' private information online.
Stand up to cyberbullying.
Stand up to cyberbullying.
Be honest and open with each other at all times.
Be honest and open with each other at all times.
Respect each other's ideas and opinions.
Respect each other's ideas and opinions.
Always use kind words, opinions, and actions.
Always use kind words, opinions, and actions.
Give proper credit when we use others' work.
Give proper credit when we use each other's work.
Okay, guys, appreciate that. And over the next 4 weeks or so, Hector, our friend, will teach us about digital citizenship. So we're able to kind of not only make this pledge, but learn exactly how we do these things online. And so while we work on Edmodo, we'll put those things into practice. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So unfortunately, we ran out of time today. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to post this online for you to check out tonight. And I'm hoping Edmodo will be working. If you try to get onto Edmodo and it does not work, don't sweat it. You'll know why. Okay? But I won't have this posted till later tonight, probably till around like 6:30. I have some things to do after school, so I'll do my best to get it up as soon as possible. Is that cool?
Mm-hmm.
And after I do get this up, I will also post the Hector video, so you can check out the music video. And then tomorrow night, I'll probably post another lesson. But we're going to have to go over what it means to have make a good quality reply to people, and we're going to practice making replies tomorrow. So that way, when we go to have these discussions about what it means to be a digital citizen online, and we learn all about that online, you'll be able to make good responses to each other, and we'll have really good discussions online. And it'll be tough at first, but I have faith in you guys. We'll learn. It'll take some time, but we'll do it together. Any questions before you guys leave? You guys guys like today? Yeah, good time? Yes.
Is there gonna be like some nights that you're just gonna give us an assignment to finish?
That's how it's going to work. All these digital citizen lessons will not be learned in here. In the classroom, we'll be working on some stuff that I really need to talk with you and discuss and work through together. And that's on being an entrepreneur so we can get our project off the ground. All of these digital citizen things will be done online. Does that make sense? We'll talk about them in class, and then we'll make reference to them. Oh, remember last night when you learned about this? And we'll make those connections so you understand what it means to be a digital citizen. But this will be all taken care of online. Okay, you guys got to head back. We're late.